Well, we're back. It's been a minute. Welcome to the gaming corner. See that? That's the group. You know the name of the video.
Gotta step your game up, I'm about to step my game up. Shoot for the stars, gotta keep your aim up. Remember who you are, I remember how I came up. And I ain't about to change up or pass the
It's been a
control.
long time coming. This video should have been out, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. We let the hype die down, so let's break it down. Kingdom Hearts 3. My full-on review for Kingdom Hearts 3. It's a very divisive game. In certain areas of the game, you feel that there's no real sense of urgency to complete this journey. Now, I will say this, gameplay-wise, I believe it was wonderful. Gameplay-wise, it's definitely top-notch. I enjoyed the gameplay immensely. Graphically, I really enjoyed the graphics. I've heard people complain about them, but I really liked it. It was very smooth. I maybe had one or two dips in the frame rate that I actually noticed. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the story. The story, if you have not played pretty much the majority of the Kingdom Hearts games, you will be lost at some point in this story. Whether it's the end, whether it's the middle, whether it's meeting certain characters, you will get lost. Now, if you are a certain type of person that does not care about the story, all you care about is the gameplay, by all means, jump headfirst into it, skip the cutscenes if you want to, and just enjoy the hack and slash RPG action. But, considering the fact that 90% of the people who are going to play this game are actually going to care about the story, let's break it down. Early on, you start your journey off with Sora. It's you, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, of course. But you have to gain your power back after certain events that have happened in Dream Drop Distance. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to spoil the stories for you. I'm just going to give you a synopsis. But it is literally about you going to find your powers, gain your power back for this final fight between you and Organization 13-8 and Xehanort, blah blah blah. But the real, I guess, downside to the story is that you feel that whatever you do has no actual bearing on the actual story. And that, by all means, that seems to be the way it is. Everybody else is out there doing something that seems to be important, that you feel that is more important than what you're doing. It's like they even touch on it when they talk to you, like, oh no, Sora, you ain't ready, go do whatever you about to go do. We gonna do this over here, what we're doing is more important. But at a certain point in the game, it's like they just flicked a switch, an on switch. Everything you do, you have to go help everybody who they've been pawning you off like you wanting the shit from the beginning. Pawning you off like you was a scrub. And now you gotta be the one to save everybody. Ain't that some shit? But it gets to the end. I will say I definitely enjoyed the boss battles at the end of the game. They have certain, resolutions to each boss battle. And you fight each one of the members, and they all have like little things that explains just a tad bit about them when they are defeated. Now, there are things that happened at the end of the story it will lose a lot of people. It lost me. I had to go back and look up what the hell they were talking about. This is an actual spoiler alert, so if you do not want to listen, skip the video, whatever timestamp we'll put in there. So at the end of the game, you finally beat Xehanort. And it's kind of weird because he seems to get kind of a happy ending, even though he was kind of like the big bad the whole time. Everybody seems to get a happy ending but Sora. And the reason why I say this is because the game pretty much ends the same way the first one began, with Sora going to look for Kairi, who in this is a Keyblade bearer who's supposed to have been training the whole time while you were going to find your power. Her and Lee, aka Axel from Kingdom Hearts 2, were training to become Keyblade bearers and to master their Keyblades. Now, you never get to see them training. You get to see cutscenes of them talking. Now, later on, in the end of the game, when everybody's fighting bosses, you, as Sora, have to go and help each one of these groups of people help fight the other members of Organization 13. As soon as you go to try to help Kairi and Lee, they are getting bodied badly, like getting their asses handed to them. Like, it's like, what have y'all been doing your whole time? What kind of training have y'all been doing? Because y'all ain't been doing nothing. Kairi, I don't even think even uses her Keyblade ever. And then she gets captured by Xehanort. Damsel in distress. So sad for you, Kairi. Just when you thought you was going to get some character development, nope. Right back at the end of the totem pole. Now, the last world that you go into to battle Xehanort is by far the most beautiful area in the game that you never get to explore. Because you only get to go there just to fight Xehanort. It was magnificent. At the end, Sora goes to try to find Kairi because somehow Xehanort, I want to say he killed her, but he didn't kill her. Kind of did some weird thing, kind of, I don't know. I can't explain it to you. You'd have to see it for yourself. But he hurts her, damages her, and Sora has to put her back together in a manner of speaking. He has to put her back together. So that's his thing. So that's literally what Sora does at the end of the game. The game ends off with everybody else happy. Sora's like, well, look, y'all cool. Y'all go do what y'all are gonna do. I'm gonna go find Kairi and put her back together because I'm not chilling like I normally do. And Donald and Goofy go with them. Boom. End of the game. Now, ending cutscene shows everybody on Destiny Island having a good time. Then there's another cutscene that shows that one of the organization members just so happened to be some dude named Lushu. I think it's Lushu. And he was a part of the original Keyblade War for some reason. Somehow he's been living this long, so he's been reincarnating himself. Pretty much, I believe, the same thing Xehanort was pretty much trying to do, except Xehanort was doing it through time travel. He just reincarnates himself, and so he has his own memories. He summons up his old group, and they're wondering why they're summoned, and it ends there. I have no idea what's happening next, because apparently I did not play Kingdom Hearts Key, so I don't know the story. I really can't give you too much more. Now I can talk about the secret ending as well. Spoiler again, you know, if you didn't already just look on YouTube to look at it. It shows that Riku and Sora wake up in this world that is kind of photorealistic Tokyo. I believe it looks like Tokyo. With a character that you see earlier in the game that was a character inside of the game that's in this game. So it's a game within a game. So a character within a game within a game. That looks like kind of like a Final Fantasy character. He definitely looks exactly like a Final Fantasy character. Maybe a Final Fantasy 15 character that maybe they designed and he was like, well, we're not going to put him in the game. He does look exactly like Noctis though. Exactly. So they're transported into photorealistic Tokyo, walking around. The character that looks exactly like Noctis is looking down on them. And then they pan up to a higher skyscraper, and then there's another character dressed in the black hood. And it has to be some kind of Organization 13 member, or it's most likely Lushu, or whatever his name is. There are things missing, you know, that a lot of people commented on. There are things missing in the game that just seems to be, it makes people feel like the game isn't complete. Like there's not a Coliseum mode, because the Coliseum was kind of awesome and pretty much everyone you really got to play. It's pretty much just like a horde mode, pretty much. Waves of different enemies that lead up to a boss. The biggest thing missing from most people is there are no Final Fantasy characters in this game. You heard me right. None. Not one. I believe they mention Squall, I think they mention him, and that's about it. You get a mention, sir. Ooh, they could keep 100 Acre Woods. Matter of fact, that should have, the 100 Acre Woods should have been made out of the first game, but I'm not trying to rant. They did pretty much redesign the whole gummy mission thing to be like an open world area. I personally liked this change, I really did. Because it's always felt like something that shouldn't be in the game. Now, I'm not saying that now it feels like something that should be in the game. It probably feels even less like it should be in the game this time. But to me, now it feels like a game inside of a game. Which, to be honest, I mean, Square Enix, I guess they're probably not Activision or EA, but or to be honest, you probably could have sold this game for like $1 on the Apple Store or something. Like, you really could have, and it probably, people probably buy it like a Star Fox game, just if you could free roam. All in all, Kingdom Hearts 3, divisive to some. To me, I would say that the game is pretty much what I expected after this many years, because I mean, some people are looking at it as disappointing because of how long it's been since Kingdom Hearts 2. Me personally, is not how I look at it. I look at it as how long it's been since they announced it. I enjoyed the game. I played the game, I believe, for about 34 hours before I beat it, and then I put on a few more hours just to grind a little bit. I would tell you my most enjoyable time I had with the game was Pirates of the Caribbean, when you had your own ship. Fully upgrading your own ship and just literally having an open world to just go to different islands, find different treasures, and battling other Heartless and things like that. It reminded me of Assassin's Creed, just kind of toned down. So that's really enjoyable. But if I had to give this game a number grade, I would say, I'd say about an 8 out of 10. Now, if we're factoring fanboy levels, to be a fanboy, it's probably like a 6.5 if you want to count fanboyism in it. But to me, I give it a non-biased review of just the way I experienced the game myself, not including anything else. It's definitely an 8 out of 10. Soon, I have other reviews coming up. We will definitely try to get more videos out to you guys sooner. You know, videos of just random things in gamers' lives and, you know, in this geek culture. So maybe some more food reviews for, you know, people who enjoyed it. Those who enjoy my, you know, my enthusiasm. I'll be back. We are the nerds. We are the gamers. We are the geeks. We are awesome. Have a good one.
Gotta step your game up, I'm about to step my game up. Shoot for the stars, gotta keep your aim up. Remember who you are, I remember how I came up. And I ain't about to change up or pass the controller.